So we talked a little bit about the Scout HD, and FatShark was dropping support, and they're back in support, and what are they doing with the Scout HD and all this kind of stuff. So on that Mads Tech video that we talked about the last time, FatShark RC's account made a comment. And basically they said, that Scout HD was never officially released. What you bought and tested was clearly identified as a beta unit. Unfortunately, due to current chip prices, it's not viable to go full release. I actually expected more issues, and I'm quite pleased with the Scout HD's field performance. They said they can continue performance on the beta units. They did the best they could with the recall budgeted in. If they can't fix the unit, they'll recall it. Basically a bunch of, whatever, because it's kind of doesn't give us a lot of information. Mm-hmm. But I think at the end, I think the most interesting thing is, as you pointed out, the beta unit performed quite well, and looking forward to seeing the Scout HD in a future release. So we once again get a confirmation that FatShark is still going to make goggles. They're still going to make the Scout HD. But weirdly enough, they say that whole time it was a beta.
Well, which, now, we talked about this before the show. Now, I remember when it first came out, they said it was like PTZ, pre-release or something, right?
PVT was the term they used.
Private.
Yeah,
hold on, no, it's here, don't we?
There's some term. I think Mads Tech. I think maybe he could tell us what it is. He says it a couple times, but basically, it stands for something, but it's like some kind of test thing that they do.
Yeah. So here's a screen grab from the Wayback Machine.
I pulled a screen grab to show what it used to look like, because they used to label it as a PVT, and that was clear. But then at some point, GetFPV changed that. And I've got a link currently. If you go to the current GetFPV website where you can buy it, and it is in stock, it says clearly there's no PVT. That is all gone, and that has been changed to look like a finalized product.
What the fuck is PVT? But maybe they said somewhere down at the bottom of the product link, this is a pre-release. There is nowhere here where it indicates that this is anything other than a full product release.
Yeah, product verification test.
So someone buying these goggles today would, Yeah,
that's a BS statement. Because that statement doesn't follow the facts of how it's listed from the retailer that they have listed it at. That's on them, to me, to handle that. So,
but I going back, Blunty, why? What was the trigger? Because here we got Mads Tech saying no spare parts, be warned before you buy. I think we're burying the lead here a little bit. Mads Tech is in the chat. He can certainly speak to this, or I could just go watch his damn video. But for anyone who didn't watch his damn video, is his video linked in the show notes?
We showed it the last episode. I did not put it in the show notes.
All right. For this episode. Bottom line is, has FatShark said they're not supporting these goggles? Is that the takeaway?
Well, FatShark said they wouldn't repair them to that user, and then we reported last time that they said, "Oh, we actually are going to repair them," but kind of up in the air. And now we've got a response from them directly saying, like, "Hey, those were a test the whole time. We're eventually going to make a full release, but hey, we did the best we could to support a beta product." It's it just feels so like that's not the way you respond to customers. I don't know, it's not that hard.
Kind of passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the question that I think is up in the air is, if you buy the Scout HD today and it breaks, will FatShark be able to support you? And this post from them, they're saying, well, we can RMA it, we can return it if it fails. So it sounds like they're saying they may give you your money back, although I'm not sure as a user I'd be thrilled. I'm not sure how much I'd want to rely on that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they will not be continuing to service or generate spare parts for these goggles.
Yeah, we reported last time that user that had the issue with the antennas that they were getting pushed off to HDZero was then eventually fixed by FatShark, or at least was reported to be. So I don't know if they'll continue to support it, but they're saying they're going to make a final product at some point. So feasibly, they're saying that's going to happen. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, FatShark has been sort of bitchy. Is the word that comes to mind about HDZero. Now, HDZero is saying they have plans to make their own goggle. Obviously, that's completely up in the air. That's just a fantasy product at this time. I've been in this industry long enough, and in electronics and consumer, this world long enough, that a product, when Samsung says in 6 months we're going to bring out the new Galaxy S23, I believe them, right?
Yep.
But in most of the time when someone says, we've got a new product coming and it's going to be amazing, I'm like, yeah, well, I'll wait till I see it. And HDZero is no different. But if the HDZero goggles live up to the spec that they're promising, I don't see why anybody'd buy the Scout HD. The specs they're promising are freaking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what'll happen.
Alrighty. But they're still not making video transmitters. FatShark. Right?
No.
Just the Scout
They're
HD.
done with
That's
that.
basically it.
Yes. Yep.
Good for you. Cool. Congratulations.
All right.
FatShark, what happened? What happened to you? What happened? Okay, moving on.